calling Calming Escape Clinic. How can I help you? Of course. Alright. And you had already made an appointment with us, correct? Perfect. Can I get your last name? Okay. So a week from Tuesday then, correct? Wonderful. Yes, I see that in our system. Now it looks as if you were looking for some assistance with the paperwork. No, that's perfectly fine. I can help you with that. It is always a little bit better to get the paperwork done before you come in office. It will save you some time. Okay, so I think I have, check your file. It's either 3 or 4 forms that I need you to fill out with me if you don't mind. Okay. Good. So first I have the summary form. I have your patient name. Can I just have you confirm your date of birth for me? Perfect. And what year was that? Okay. Your primary care name? Okay. Which clinic is that? Oh, of course, yeah. Oh no, we get a lot of referrals from them, so we work with them quite often. Now, do you have any drug allergies or sensitivities that we need to make note of? Okay. Now, what about an emergency contact person? Okay. And how is that person related to you? Okay. And their phone number if you have it. Of course, take your time. Good. Okay. Now, I just need you to list any chronic medical problems that I can add to this documentation. And then we're also going to talk about past surgical history and hospitalizations. So, do you have any chronic medical illnesses? Okay. Are you aware of when you were diagnosed with that? Just a rough estimate is completely fine. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Of course. Okay. And diagnosed when? Gotcha. Okay. And then what about past surgical history? Anything? Right, okay. And do you know what year that was? Okay. Any other surgeries? And what about hospitalizations? Any visits to the hospital? Right. Okay. And the year, roughly? Good. Anything else you would like me to add to chronic medical conditions, past surgical history, or hospitalizations? Okay. Moving right along then. Now let me just see here. Okay. So I have your name and your date of birth. Good. Okay, and we did the partial past history and surgical history. Good. Okay. Now, are you a tobacco user? Yes, no? And if so, how often? Okay. And what about alcohol use? Yes, no? Or how often? Okay. What about any sort of recreational drug use? And how often? Okay. What is your marital status? Are you single, married, civil union, divorced, widower? Okay. Any children? And what are their ages? Do you have a current occupation? Okay. Any sort of religious preference that you would like me to make note of in your chart? And did you have an advance directive? Not currently. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Now, what do you have for a typical breakfast? Okay. Do you have a typical lunch? Same for dinner, typical dinner for you? What about snacks or beverages in between the day? Okay. Do you consume caffeine? How often? Now, what would you say your level of activity or exercise is? None, occasionally, on the regular, vigorously. Okay, and what type of exercise is that? Okay. Perfect. Now, your mother, is she alive, and if so, how old is she? Your father, is he alive, and if so, how old is he? Okay. Do you have any brothers or sisters that are still alive, and if so, how old are they? Good. Okay, there's that form done. Just see here. Okay. Since your last visit to your primary care office, where have you been admitted to the hospital? Okay, good. And since your last visit, have you had any sort of medical testing done? Of course, so that could be considered a mammogram, blood work, a vision test, an MRI, a pap smear, an x-ray, a colonoscopy, an EKG, an ECG, a CAT scan. Okay. Okay. Since your last visit to the office, have you developed any new allergies or have had a bad reaction to medication or food? Can you describe that for me? Since your last visit to your office, have you seen a specialist? Yes, so a doctor for diabetes, heart, kidneys, cancers, eyes, gynecology, anything. Okay. Right. Since your last visit to the office, have you received any new vaccinations? Okay. Flu, tetanus, pneumonia, anything like that? Okay. Since your last visit to your office, have you started any new prescribed medications? Okay. Do you know the dosage on that? Okay. Good. There's that done for us as well. We are just breezing right through this. Now, let me see here. Evaluated, test results, consultants. You are being referred to our clinic, but we, of course, would already have the specialist details there. Have you been referred anywhere else? We, of course, have your primary care information and our information. Okay, so no other referrals that you know of? Okay. Good. Right. And then it can be recently or within the past 10 years. Have you had any sort of these health maintenance procedures or exams? Things could be such as a breast exam, a mammogram, breast self-exam education, a pap smear, testicular self-exam education, your colon examination. Okay. Okay. When was that? Okay. And then what about things such as a dental exam, dilation of the eyes, diabetic foot exam, any sort of high-risk screenings? What about an ECG? Okay. Functional assessment. Okay. Have you had any sort of like mini mental status exams? Okay. Good. All right. Let me just look over these real quick. I think that's everything I needed from you today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So I have all of your documents saved, and they will be prepped and ready for you for your visit with us next week. Of course, no, I don't mind at all. Of course. You have a good rest of your day, okay? Bye now.